So, of the Fever's rookies, I actually, from everything I've seen in training camp, I like all three of them. I genuinely like all three of these rookies. Like, Yvonne Ejim has really surprised me. Like, I have to say, from just her ability to switch, her instincts seem to be pretty good. Like, Yvonne Ejim has actually really, really surprised me. I think in other years, there might have been a chance of her making a roster, and I do think there's a chance for making our roster in the W. We've got Michaela Timson, who obviously, or well, Bree Hall, sorry, who's been solid. From what we've seen, Bree Hall, actually, ironically, looking at the clips, Bree Hall has looked horrific. Bree Hall has looked absolutely horrific. And it's just this one clip when it comes to Bree Hall is absolutely like, not this clip. Oh, you can't even see it on the Fever page, but the one where Caitlin Clark hits that long range three and Bree Hall is not even in the backcourt. Or sorry, she's not even in the front court. She's still in the backcourt. She hasn't run back on defense. Caitlin Clark hits the three and starts headbutting the wall. But the one player that looks like she could be an X factor is Michaela Timson, and I think she looks like she could be an X factor right away because of her ridiculous defense and her ridiculous athleticism and her ability to kind of guard. So if you guys haven't watched the clips of them in training camp, she's actually did a really good job one of the possessions on Caitlin. She switched on to Caitlin. Again, look, Caitlin ended up getting a little bit of the better of her and making a pass because she backed off a little bit too much. But that's fine. It's a rookie. It is a rookie. You expect the best defenders in the WNBA to get cooked by Caitlin Clark. It's not necessarily that Caitlin wasn't able to get to her spot. It's that she was able to stay in front of her. It's that she didn't jump too much, bite too much on any of the fakes, and just laterally seemed super quick. And again, look, she is a bit jumpy. In that one possession, she didn't bite on a Caitlin fake, but we saw her jump on the Aaliyah Boston non-shot fake where her head nearly hit the backboard. Like, she's just freaky athletic. And the reason why I say X Factor is that I don't think Michaela Timson is, I don't know, I think there's might be enough flaws in her game, just long term. But if you're looking at her taking on Damaris Dantas right here on the perimeter, a couple of dribbles, bang, bang, turn over her right shoulder, easy make. And like Dantas is not a bad perimeter or post defender, albeit you would have hoped she burned Dantas in the perimeter, but this is new in shape, or like in much better shape Dantas. And obviously, look, it is training camp. You didn't see too much else from Michaela Timson. But when it comes to Timson, like, I just think X Factor is the best word I can use because she is a player. This is a team that's not particularly athletic. We can be honest here. This is a team that does not have any freaky athletic people. Like, Aaliyah's Aaliyah. Caitlin plays at a relentless tempo. She's not incredibly athletic. Not unathletic, but not freakishly athletic. You've got DeWanna Bonner, who's just unbelievable length. Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull are athletes, but not freak athletes. Like, she is like Michaela Timson is an athlete. And this is somebody that is going to just snag boards, is going to get buckets running the floor. Natasha Howard's an athlete, I guess, but you don't know how many minutes she has. And there are games she is going to be, for like, she could be a pest. Like, she could come on for 5 minutes and give you 2 offensive boards, 2 blocks, and 4 points by just sprinting the floor. Nothing else. Just sprinting the floor and giving you high energy for those minutes, and teams aren't going to be as athletic as her. Like, her matchups are going to be tired, and she's going to come in for a couple of minutes and just sprint. Just sprint and get some buckets. And I think that's what the Fever need. The Fever need, when it comes to their bench, their role players, they need players that can play a role, realistically. That's what role players are. It's not about players that can do everything. And it's like, I think Bree Hall is a good role player. Is she better than Lexi Hull? That's the question. She won't get any minutes. Whereas there's no true power forward for the bench for the Fever. Like, Sophie Cunningham will play a bit there. DeWanna Bonner will play a bit there. At the same time, you don't need a like-for-like backups in basketball because when you've got multiple players that can play that position off the bench, you're all good. But when you don't need like-for-likes. However, having Michaela Timson can never hurt. It can never hurt having a Michaela Timson type player on your team. And also, like, athleticism is so key in basketball. And for long term, it's to develop a little, like, it's to develop some discipline, get her a jump shot. Her jump shot looks nice. Like, it's not like she's a good shooter, but the jump shot looks nice. So if she can develop into like a 35 or 33, 34% three-point shooter, like, she's going to be a rotation player soon. And it's so funny, like, I was looking at clips and like rival fans were being like, "Oh, she's going to be in so much foul trouble. Look at like how much like she jumps and everything." It's like, she's going to be playing 5 minutes. It's not like she's going to pick up 5 fouls in 5 minutes. But, and even if she does, who cares? She's playing 5 minutes. She's got 5 of them to give. Michaela Timson, I think, could be an X factor for the Fever winning. And again, I don't think she's going to be starting. I think she's going to get DNPs. I think she's going to get quite a lot of DNPs. But when you're looking at the end of the bench players, you got to look, and it's the reason why they signed a Coulson. You got to look at what players can do in 5 minutes. And somebody with just the explosive athleticism that Michaela Timson has can come in on any given game. Like, there's going to be games where she plays 7 minutes and scores 10 points. That is the type of player that she can be with this team, and is the type of player that not necessarily the Fever need, but is the type of player that the Fever having on their arsenal is going to be massive coming into the season. Because if you are having a player like a Michaela Timson as your 11th player, you're a damn good team. That's all I'm going to say. Like, she's somebody that could have been drafted. Like, I think she's somebody that if the Fever still had the 8th pick, they might have taken. Like, they don't need Sanaya Rivers. Like, if you're looking at power forwards, there were no power forwards that went between 8 and 19. So, unless they weren't getting any Samaros, if they still had the 8th pick, they probably still take Michaela Timson, if we're being honest. Like, there's a good chance they take Michaela Timson. Because they weren't going to take Hailey Van Lith. They might have taken Aisha Sivka just because they didn't really need the roster spot. And then given whoever they took in the second round. But either way, that's just no point arguing that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Michaela Timson is going to play for the Fever? And if you guys do think she's going to play for the Fever, do you guys think she's going to do much for the Fever? Do you guys think she's going to be a player for the Fever? Or do you think she's going to be at the end of the bench? Or are you one of the many South Carolina fans that is pushing for the Fever to cut Lexi Hull in order to bring in Bree Hall? And it's funny when they're all talking, the South Carolina fans are talking about cutting Lexi Hull, which they actually can't do because she's on a guaranteed contract. They're talking about that because they know Bree Hall's not beating out Michaela Timson. So anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.